and hopefully some kids can learn from it, but just don't get caught.
I'm down to dunk.
And I'm down to dunk. I'm down to dunk.
Welcome to Down to Dunk. I'm your host, Andrew Schlecht. We're part of the Athletic Podcast Network. With me today is Taylor.
Sometimes I run,
Sometimes
I hide, sometimes I'm scared of you. But all I really want is to hold you tight, treat you right, be with Slam Dunk.
And Jay.
It's Jay.
Britney Spears. I don't think this new
I really was
generation-
trying to figure out who that was.
Yeah.
I think that's one of those artists that kids younger than me, like 20-year-olds, I don't know if they know her. They know her name, but they're not going to know how famous she actually
All they
was.
know is how crazy she has kind of become
Right,
on
yeah.
Instagram today
Yeah,
or
yeah,
TikTok
yeah.
or whatever she does.
Which
And
is sad.
yeah, because I would actually say in the early 2000s,
Mhm.
late 90s, early 2000s, all the way up to probably mid 2000s, there may not have been a bigger star.
Probably not. Pop star, I don't think so.
I actually saw a video. Speaking of, I saw a video yesterday of Britney Spears and Michael Jackson having a duet where they
Yeah.
were dancing and singing.
Wow.
You know,
They're best
together.
friends. Yeah.
Yeah, like so. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah. She grew up on his little kitty farm.
Neverland,
Yeah.
Neverland Ranch.
Mhm.
Product of Neverland Ranch. Okay. So Shai was selected to the All NBA first team this week.
As he should have been.
Wow. What?
It's pretty cool. Along with Giannis. Think about this.
Yeah.
The Thunder have a player on their team that's in the same class as Giannis, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, and Luka Doncic. He's on the team right now.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of crazy to think about?
Yeah, that's why I'm so tired of you trying to tell us that we need to keep drafting guys. It's like, hey, we've got the talent, bro. Let's go. Trade all your picks.
Trade all your
Get-
picks for
get
DeAndre Ayton.
DeAndre Ayton
And let's just
let
get
it
this
roll.
over with.
I can't imagine a guy I would be least excited about or
Yeah.
less excited about getting than DeAndre.
Yeah, I
Ayton.
refuse to talk about fake DeAndre Ayton trades on this podcast.
No way.
Yeah. No.
So we're not going to do
Don't
that.
want him.
Never going to do that.
Is it Steph Curry getting second team is surprising.
That's all games played.
Yeah, injuries.
Yeah,
No.
same thing. And what did Dame get second as well?
Dame was on the
Yeah. He didn't deserve first team.
Third.
Anyway.
Yeah, and that's totally injuries because the games they played, they were. Now it would have been really complicated once you got up to if those guys had played the full 65 or whatever it is that people at least mentally
Yeah.
think you need to play. You know, and Donovan Mitchell, I think, is the biggest one that people are asking whether or not it was a schnub.
Snubbed, but he made the second team. No one cares. As long as you make
Well,
all
apparently
NBA.
he did.
As long as you make all NBA, no one cares.
Okay, so there's nothing in these contracts. I know that they get like bonuses or boosts or level ups in their contracts if they make all NBA teams.
Yeah.
Does it not matter if you're first, second, or third, or is it specific?
No, you just have to make an
It's
all
just all
NBA team.
NBA typically.
Yeah, so like Jaylen Brown, like him making the All NBA team activated, he's going to get the super max.
Mhm.
Jason Tatum's going to get the super max, which is funny. I was listening to the Lowe post yesterday with "What up, Beck?" I love Zach Lowe. That thing makes me a little cringy.
Yeah, it's become a little too much.
Anyway, but either
Yeah.
way, they're still great at what they do.
It'll come back around though.
You think
like,
so?
Yeah, it's cringy, but
Kinda
if
like,
you just keep
jams.
doing it, it's like a marathon. Just keep going.
Corduroy pants, Jinkos,
Yeah, it'll come around.
Massimo. I'm trying to think of all the things that might be coming back. Just
Mm.
holding out. I've kept all my no fear shirts.
Fruit roll-ups. Did you see?
Philip, did they go somewhere?
Yeah, they went to Israel. There was a family that tried to sneak in like 300 pounds of fruit roll-ups in Israel,
Yeah,
What?
because they had
and they got in trouble.
cocaine
Wow.
hidden in them.
Is that
Well,
true?
no. In Israel, they can get cocaine. What they can't get is fruit roll-ups.
Oh, how about that?
So
But so okay, all right. The more you learn.
big facts.
I don't know what I was talking about. Oh, Jaylen Brown, super duper. So between him and Jason Tatum, and they were having these conversations, and obviously this is playing before last night's game where they sleepwalk through 3.5 quarters of the game and then just annihilate the Sixers in the last 4 minutes. But, just having those conversations about how these all NBA teams, and this is, I think, Zach Lowe has also been one of the media members that's been the most outspoken about how having contracts and the financial future of these players tethered to their vote or their opinions on things. He's just like, it's too much.
Yeah.
I don't know how else you do it.
I was going to say, what else should
I understand
it be tethered
that.
to?
I understand all of that. Like, it has to be performance-based and achievement-based and all of that.
Yeah.
Now, you could just tether it to playoffs and all of that. Like, if you get to the Western Conference Finals, then it activates the next thing or whatever. But that just gets so narrow on who actually gets there.
I was going to say, then it's not fair to teams. Like, what if your owner sucks, but you're the best player in the NBA?
Yeah, like Luka.
Yeah. What if your owner and GM are completely inadequate, like the Dallas Mavericks? Then, what do you do? Is that fair to him? It's not.
No.
And then if you make it based upon stats, well, guys can go get empty stats, so you don't want to base it on that.
Yeah, so it has to be based on that. I think
so. Whether and voters always talk like this at this time of year, I really wish that I wasn't the one to make the decision. Sorry, man, you are, and you should take it seriously, and those guys do,
except for Mark Jackson.
Oh my gosh,
he went on the radio and apologized.
He just forgot about the 2-time reigning MVP.
If I were Mark Jackson's friend, I would say, you know why you never get hired to be a head coach of anything anymore? It's for reasons like this.
You don't know who's actually good. And you post up Harrison Barnes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, also, you left a team that within 1 year became the greatest team of the last 15 years.
Yeah.
10 years.
A dynasty was unlocked
when
partially because you were gone.
Yeah. Addition by subtraction is not the way to sell yourself in the next job interview.
Bad.
Oh, when I left that organization, man, they reached every single goal that we never could.
Dude,
you're hired.
And also, you can forget Tatum or Donovan Mitchell or whoever, in the voting. Those guys are fine to forget. You can't forget the guy who is literally in the news almost every single day. There was a whole near NBA race riot happening because of Jokic versus Embiid. And that's the guy you forget?
Yeah, I know.
You can't forget that guy.
Speaking of, are we on a collision course for Embiid versus Jokic?
Ooh, in the finals?
I think the Sixers are making sure that doesn't happen.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's what they decided to do in the fourth quarter last night when they scored 15 points or whatever.
And Tatum was
he woke up.
He had
those
3 points.
Those two threes that he hit in a row was
over. I was like, well, this is it.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Welcome back, Jason Tatum.
It's a wrap.
This whole series has been whatever team wins, the other team that lost, everyone's like, oh, what are they doing? They're just dropping the ball.
Pendulum swinging every single game.
It's never wow, both teams played really well and that team came out on top. It's the other one sucked that game, and what are they doing? And I don't trust them.
The Warriors win game 5 and they're like, well, Lakers are done. Now Anthony Davis got headed. And then one game before they're like, is this the end of the dynasty? 3-1, Lakers went out.
The dynasty's going to end.
Dynasty's
yeah, I know.
But fun. Going back to, I don't want to not at least address the fact that Shai getting first team is giant, well deserved, and big giant.
Yeah, he joins Paul George, Russell Westbrook, and Kevin Durant as the Thunder players that have made the first team.
Yeah, and then somebody yesterday, and I don't have this off the top of my head, but somebody posted I think it was Royce actually. Here's the players that haven't ever made a first team All NBA.
Yeah.
And it was all of these Hall of Fame level players. And I think it's one of those things with Shai where even us, who probably are homers to a fault, or who definitely are not probably, but to be able to I think that Shai has become kind of even under our radar with how great he has become.
Yeah.
And to acknowledge, what is he, 25?
24 still.
Yeah.
So this was Royce Young. Ever heard of him? Royce Young's tweet. Works for the Thunder. Some great players.
He's just a guy.
Have never made an All NBA first team. Carmelo Anthony, Kyrie Irving, Jimmy Butler, Bradley Beal, Donovan Mitchell. So, and then a couple huge names that SGA matches with one appearance: Lillard, Paul George, Devin Booker.
Carmelo Anthony never made a first team.
Never.
Wow.
He's not technically retired. There's still time, but
yeah, he could.
seems a little.
What a
unlikely.
story.
I mean, what a story that would be.
Melo comes back next year, just wrecks shop, makes all NBA first team. No, it is a huge deal for this franchise to. One, they have the most All NBA appearances in the league since their inception.
That's wild.
Which
Really?
is yes. I mean, the amount of teams like Russell Westbrook made All NBA second team 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Yeah.
You know, Kevin Durant made the first team 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Westbrook made first team twice. Paul George made first team. Chris Paul made the second team whenever he was here. Durant made second team once, and then Westbrook and Paul George both made third team once. That's a ton.
Yeah.
And, you know, Shai joins that list. It's a huge deal.
And what do we have to show for it? Broken hearts.
The Omni Hotel.
The
Yep. Scissortail Park, probably.
Park, yeah. Quite a bit.
Massive economic development.
Yeah. Not enough.
This
enough.
This podcast.
This podcast.
And, you know, all these players.
Well, that was it. You crossed the threshold into enough.
We're good. We're good.
All these players on all NBA teams, and we're just some little team in Oklahoma City playing in a rodeo stadium.
In dirt.
In dirt.
It really is impressive that they have played at such a high level, playing on dirt in a coliseum.
Hey,
That's how you get really good.
No, man, it's a big deal. And I Shai has to be, you know, I think it, for a Thunder fan, is it comes back to this place where before the season, at least, whether or not you admitted it, whether or not you listened to what the interview question you asked him, you still had in the back of your mind, like, man, how long is he going to be able to deal with this tank? How long is he going to not be good? You know, are we keeping this guy down? But we also didn't know how great he was. Now, we had flashes. I remember vividly when they played the Bulls in 2021 or 2022, when I think he had over 20 points and 20 rebounds. And I was like, dude, this guy is actually maybe a superstar. And he's proven that. And now as you build a roster, and I said this a couple podcasts ago, but man, I don't think, and now I'm putting way too much on Chet.
Let's go. Just say it.
But I think at this point, you're not going to turn down elite players, right? It's not like if they draft one, they're like, let's trade this out so we can get a bunch of peripheral pieces, you know? But I do think that, like, Thunder fans should not be searching for, and this is why it's like even the DeAndre Ayton stuff, as much as that really doesn't originate from Thunder fans as much as it does some Bleacher Report article, like, you don't need to be thinking what's the big splash that makes this team whole.
Yeah, totally.
Like, I think that they have the guys at the positions that you want to be successful. Now it's still like, wait on them to grow up and add the pieces that you figure out do fill the deficiencies, as far as that. Maybe you need some more shooting, maybe you need some more size at the rim, you know, maybe whatever it is, rebounding, who knows. But man, you just look at that potential starting five with Chet, Giddey, J-Dub, Dort, and Shai. And yeah, they're not going to win a championship next year, but I think it's easy to see that in 5 years that team could be championship contender.
Yeah.
In 4 years, maybe even.
Maybe
and part of that,
three.
And part of that is because Shai has ascended to the highest level in the game.
Yeah. And he's still really young.
Yeah. 17 years younger than me.
I mean, in 3 years, he'll be 27. That's usually about like your prime.
Yeah.
You know, and then by that time, like, you have like a 23, 24-year-old Josh Giddey.
Yeah, because the whole goal is that all of these guys enter into that same kind of time in their career around the same time.
Yeah.
You know, like, some will be a little younger, some will be a little older, but for the most part, you're going to have all of these guys in their mid to late 20s playing together for 5 years.
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of weird too that the level of star beyond sports that some of the guys from this team become. So like KD, Russ, and Shai. Shai now was like at the Met Gala taking photos with Pusha T and like
Don't know who that is.
Pusha T.
I don't.
Andrew, you know who Pusha T is?
I have at least heard the name.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean
you
that
should be
doesn't mean
ashamed. Ashamed.
ashamed.
Don't be
Ashamed.
ashamed.
That
Janelle
feels like-
Monae. He was
I do
taking
know who
pictures
that
with
is.
Janelle Monae. But like,
She's awesome.
what other small markets have players that end up being this big beyond basketball?
That honestly is
weird.
maybe the most shocking.
It's weird, right?
It's different if they just stay in their element as far as, hey, these are basketball players. And
yeah.
Shai is already ascending in the same way in the pop culture world. Like,
Yeah.
didn't GQ rate him like one of the top dressed
Yeah.
athletes?
Yeah,
or
he's
something
all
like
over.
that?
He's all over stuff that's outside of sports.
I think just men, not even athletes. I think just men.
best dressed men.
Yeah.
And like, okay, Russ.
How do you get into the running for that?
He has good agents. He has good PR and agents and people.
Could a random guy get?
You want
you
me
know?
to submit you as your
No,
agent?
not me. Not
Oh.
me. Not me.
I didn't know what you were asking.
No, I'm not asking.
You also
about
have
me.
to.
I mean, look
so
at me.
You have to own the
That's
reality.
what I'm saying. We could do it.
But the NBA also very much puts that on display.
Yeah,
Like,
you just
the way
don't
they do
see
their
it with
walk-ins,
players
like their walk-ins, their interviews, their walkouts, all those different things. Like these guys are intentionally. There was a big pivot about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Where all of a sudden it was like, oh, it's a fashion show on your way
Yeah.
into the stadium,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're on prime time, or not prime time, but on national TV.
Yeah.
And guess what? Shay's not even on those national TV
He's
games.
played like 4 national TV games. And
It's
he's-
weird.
He still found his way there. Yeah.
Like Russ gets on late night shows.
Yeah.
Russ and Nina were on Jennifer Hudson has I didn't know she had a talk show, but they were on his show.
Yeah.
Oh,
He looked good too, man.
cool.
He had one of these big old hats.
Big old hats.
Big old hats. No, I don't know.
Wow.
They're cool. I wish I could pull one off, but I probably couldn't. But they're like flat build,
A bucket hat.
circular. Yeah, maybe.
Mhm.
You remember Tall Paul? Nope.
Paul George. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, I remember Paul George.
He was pretty tall.
I don't know
Kirk,
how to define one.
Kirk T asks, is L-Man interviewing for the Raptors coaching job this morning?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Yep, that's where he
They would
is.
hire a man that looked like him.
Yeah, definitely. What does that mean?
What?
Unpack that a little bit.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
It's just more of a feeling, more of a gut response.
Michael Ashton said,
White, tall, ugly.
asks in the stream, you should watch us on YouTube, by the way. He said, I missed the Twitter question post, but he said in 2021, it was Isaiah Roby. In 2022, it was Trey Mann. Who will be the fake hype guy prior to next season?
Oh, that's a good question. God, that's a good question. Who's it gonna be?
Oos.
I don't know if it'll be Oos.
So here's why. I'm going to make a pitch on
Who
why
gets-
it could be Ousmane Jing.
Who gets the hype curse?
Number one, he's going to get all the summer league minutes, all of them.
Yeah, he
and
will.
so if he plays well in that level, and then he comes back, and he could be the guy that's like, oh, we watch these guys scrimmage, man. He has been on fire. Now,
It's always somebody, but some of those guys were more off the wall. Like Isaiah Roby was very much a like,
what?
Arf.
Yeah, but Trey Mann wasn't.
he wasn't.
Also, Isaiah Roby was that guy because who else was on the roster?
There were guys on the roster. to talk
Poku?
about.
What if
Poku.
Poku was that guy? Man, we've been watching Poku, dude. He put on 20 pounds, man. He is.
I was begging people to talk about Poku that year. Just begging them.
And they're just like, who?
they wouldn't do it.
They're like, no.
What if it's like like
No,
Jeremiah?
he has not stood out.
Yeah, it's for real. What if it's like Jeremiah Robinson Earl? Like you should see J Rob. He's gotten in really good shape.
Yeah, he fits.
Yeah.
He's
fits-
in that category.
He fits more of that than Oos would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of the, I don't know. I just think that J Rob, somebody like that, makes a little bit more sense.
Because
For
you're
that
not
guy.
like, if they come back and they're like, J Dub has found a whole nother level.
Yeah.
You're
It's
like,
yeah.
I
that
feel like
makes sense.
I feel like once you reach a certain threshold, you can't be hype guy. You can't be fake hype guy.
Even Chet.
Yeah, Chet should not be fake hype guy. Even like Aaron Wiggins could be fake hype guy level. You know, where it's like, man, Wiggs.
Yeah, but you already have I already have such a high value of him.
I think we might overvalue him.
Nah. Just wait till next year, man. I watched him scrimmage this week.
Let's hype him. Let's just hype him up.
Wow, dude. Whatever he lacks, he was doing at a extremely high level.
Okay, here's the difference of like Trey Man's hype versus J Rob's hype.
Yeah.
Why are we going J Rob, by the way? Jerry? I'm gonna stay Jerry.
No, J Rob is kind of what has become his name.
That's what the team calls him. That's what Mark.
You're
calls him.
you're out on it.
Do I look like I'm on the team?
Hey, we've seen Mark swing a golf club. He doesn't get to define who people are.
The swing. Here's the thing: the swing didn't look that bad, and it sounded okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
Guys. If your shot doesn't look bad yet, somehow goes perpendicular to your body.
Yeah, we've all done it.
Yeah, I just would never in a billion years play in a pro-am game.
I know, with cameras. Oh my god,
That was amazing.
I'm embarrassed when I'm by myself.
So here's the deal: it's probably more than likely Mark actually knows what he's doing on a golf course. Like you don't go and play.
Yeah,
you don't go and play in one of these games if you can't at least get close to scratch. So I'm assuming it really was like a once every 5 years mishit.
Mm-hmm.
But my
the
Lord, it was incredible.
The Thunder posted a video later that says long range drive with Mark hitting it. Actually hitting the ball, but it only got like 10 retweets.
Yeah, no one cares
something.
about that. What is that?
If you don't know what we're talking about, on Twitter, Mark Daignault is playing with Phil Mickelson.
Yeah,
because it's still Mark. Like it's hard to anyway. But
you think they were betting?
Without
do you
question.
think Phil knew who he was?
No.
Not before.
Yeah.
You think Phil still asked him if he wants to put money on it though?
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's all he can do. But Mark,
cares.
if you missed it, you need to go find it. Mark swings. He lines up. It does. It looks good. But the ball goes completely diagonal from him to somebody who is filming it probably roughly 7 feet away.
Yeah.
And hits the guy
It's
right.
because Michael Cage yelled Mark Diagonal. He yelled his name.
Mark Diagonal.
Mark Diagonal.
There, diagonally.
He was like, okay, and he just obeyed. Is what happened.
Diagonal. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So anyway,
the
but
Thunder should have posted that video though.
oh man.
Yeah, get the numbers. It's all about numbies.
all about the
OKC
numbies.
social
Yeah,
media
TJ
person.
Eckert got, hundreds of RTs. He got almost 300,000 views on that thing.
You think he got a call?
A call?
Yeah, you think TJ got a call from OKC? They're like, hey man, you got to take that down.
No.
Cease
You
and
got to
desist.
own that. You got to own that.
That's
no
what I'm.
matter
Okay, I agree. You got to own it. Post it on Twitter then. I think that would do a lot more for your
Well,
fans.
what's
and
the,
you as a-
what's the caption? What's the caption for the Thunder?
Stick to basketball.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a bad one, but it
Yeah.
was the first thing that popped in my head.
Hey, it was better than anything we came up with, which was nothing.
Yep.
I'm just proud of you for not singing the Mario song. So I do want to also just spend a few moments. I want to talk a little bit about the playoffs.
Okay.
What? Playoffs. Number one, the lottery's next Tuesday. That's exciting.
Next Tuesday.
Remember last year when every single part of our hope and dreams was
It was resting on that night.
resting on that night?
And I got
Mhm.
and then a bird pooped on my head the day of the lottery
Mm.
when I was driving down the road in a convertible, and I knew.
Everything you're
This is
saying
gonna be good.
sounds made up. Were you not here for that?
I flew back that morning.
Gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah. We got back like in the afternoon. Like not long before it was time
What-
to go to the lottery party. And I was like, all right, load up, everybody. We're going to the lottery
We're
party.
going to the Jones.
Yeah.
What convertible was it?
We rented a convertible in Florida.
Mm.
My wife and I.
My wife likes it.
She likes it. She liked it. Yeah.
I'm glad you remember that, man.
I'll never forget that. That might be every single time now.
Yeah, we had just gone to breakfast and coming back from breakfast, and we were just driving down the road, and a bird pooped on my head as we were moving. I just felt this like,
Which, for him and his buddies, they were like,
Got him.
I mean,
yeah,
bro, I had no idea you could do that.
yeah, that's
Such a good job.
yeah. That's probably the only time that bird will do something like
Yeah,
that.
it's the
He's a
pinnacle
real
of his life.
sharpshooter.
Dude.
It's pretty good. He's a dad.
Anyways, yeah, that's what I knew, because I was like, Amy, look it up right now. What does it mean? So, what does it mean to get pooped on by a bird?
Is it
on the
luck?
head? Yeah. Good luck.
How about that?
I was like, okay,
Really?
this is gonna be great. I said, they're going to do well tonight. Like, I believe that they're going to do well now. It was a sign.
My friend Mac Lucas got pooped on by a bird in the Dallas Aquarium.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't take it as good luck. He went straight to the bathroom and he kind of freaked out.
Yeah. When you freak out, you actually kill the luck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't freak out. I got very excited.
So if
you left it on
hey
your
guys,
head.
I'm putting this out there in the universe. The Thunder, if they jump up
Yeah.
to anywhere in the top 3,
Mm-hmm. Top 4.
top 4, is that just give me what I should be looking for? They can get in the top 4 or they can stay 12. Is that pretty much it?
Yeah, they can be 1 through 4 or 12 or 13.
So if they pull the 12th card out and it's not the Thunder,
Then they've jumped into the top 4.
Wow.
where are we going at that moment?
We're going to Chili's.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Chili's. Chili's.
Meet me at Chili's, everybody.
There's one on Memorial in Portland,
Yeah, that's where we'll be.
here in Oklahoma City.
Seriously,
Can you imagine if we're doing
seriously,
a draft
we
party?
all flood Chili's if they do.
I will.
God, Fassler will be so mad.
They will panic.
Sorry, guys, we're going to Chili's.
I will meet. I'm telling you, if they
Meet me
pull-
there.
if they-
I'm serious. Meet me there.
If they pull number 12,
If-
I'm loading up and heading over there.
yeah,
Hold on, am I free on Tuesday night?
if it's Orlando,
I'm in a band concert.
oh, you're playing the trombone.
Yeah.
That's why you said it.
That's a tuba, I think.
Anyways, if the Orlando Magic are pulled at 12, then you know that it's OKC has jumped, which it won't happen. But if they do, meet us at Chili's, Portland and Memorial.
I will
be there.
I will abandon my family.
You should.
Okay, Portland and Memorial.
You should. Yeah. Be there. Be square. Okay. I've got Tankathon pulled up here on.
Guys, I can't do this because all I'm thinking about is we've had a lot of awesome moments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But flooding
flooding Chili's at Portland and Memorial.
flooding at Chili's
We're doing it.
and finding out that the Thunder got 1 through 4 will be maybe the top moment.
We're
in the history
doing
of
it.
the podcast.
We're doing it. Just flood in. Don't even ask them for a table. We're just all gonna flood in, just down to dunkers, just everywhere. We're just filling the tables.
Would we have enough time to get the? Yeah. No, we wouldn't.
Before what? Next season? What do you mean? What do we?
So would you wait till the end of the lottery? and
Right,
then
we
flood
need
it,
to
or do
know
you flood it
really-
as soon as the 12th is picked?
You get in your car. You can listen to on the radio which
Okay.
one we get. It doesn't really matter which one we get.
Okay, that's true.
You just go, and then we can talk about it there.
Who do you get if you get 3?
Chili con queso.
Well, if they are third, I struggle with this.
Brandon
I struggle
Miller?
with this because I just don't know what the Thunder think about the Brandon Miller stuff,
They will.
the off the court stuff.
They
So
will,
I've had
Mitch
conversations.
McGarry it.
I have had conversations recently. I have been of the mind that they would not take him, but I've had conversations recently that make me think otherwise.
And if you have conversations that make you think they won't take him, that makes me think they will take him.
No. I've had conversations that have made me think that they would take him
Oh,
recently, because I was of.
So Andrew came with his preconceived idea that
Mhm.
because of the legal problems
mm-hmm.
that they would not draft
Thank you,
Brandon
Jay.
Miller.
Mm.
But there have been subsequent conversations
Mm.
that he had with people who might know things
What's the subsequently?
where all of there have been later after the original assumption.
Post.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I would take him. He feels like he fits perfectly to what the Thunder
Oh.
want to be.
A 6'9", like crazy lights out shooter that can defend and
So the better question.
pass
So
and-
hit me up. Tankathon me.
let's do it. Okay, here we go. Here's Tankathon spin. This is it. Close your eyes. This is what's gonna happen on lottery night. Here we go. Oh gosh, this is one of the worst ones.
No,
Let's
Houston
redo it.
got
Let's redo it.
on.
Let's
Did
okay.
Houston get one?
We're not even talking about it. We're going to the next one. Here we
Okay,
go.
yeah.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay. The Thunder fell to 13.
Oh no.
Whatever.
Okay.
Do another one.
Wembanyama goes to the Pacers.
Fine.
Pistons get second pick. And
What did they do it
Blazers
too?
third.
Take Scoot?
I think they would probably take Brandon Miller.
Oh goodness.
So who's 3?
Blazers are third. Raptors are fourth.
So Blazers gets good. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Probably what you do there is they make a trade between 2 and 3. Blazers need to trade Damian Lillard. I know you're not going to get a return that's worth anything, but man, like start
Yeah,
the
you will.
start
Yeah,
the
you will.
rebuild.
Yeah, you can get something.
Yeah, I'd say that in the sense that we had this conversation not too long ago, and like a lot of the teams that could do it, it's like, or that would fit what Dame's looking for or deserves at this point in his career.
Yeah.
It's just like, what do they give you? Like, you can get some late 20s picks.
You get a lot of picks and you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I'm just thinking, like, who out there has somebody waiting in the wings that it's like, you know, oh, I'll trade this young guy and a whole bunch of assets.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I was thinking. That would also be a competing team.
Yeah.
Like DeAndre Ayton,
Who has a bunch of picks?
the Pelicans.
The Knicks have a lot of picks.
I mean, the Pelicans actually,
Yeah, the Pelicans could use him.
and you could put in some of these young assets that
Yeah,
are.
they got some young guys.
I don't know. Are you just trading Dame to the same situation?
No
Zion
way.
doesn't. If Zion
Yeah,
is never
it's
Zion,
all about Zion there, but I understand. But you're still going to have Brandon Ingram. You're going to have CJ. Like I'm saying, you'd have to do
Reunite Dame and
Herb,
CJ.
Trey, and then 10 picks or whatever it is going
Yeah.
forward. Maybe Dyson Daniels. Like, I mean, that's kind of a
I mean, it's even a better situation because BI is really good.
yeah.
really good.
Like if your big three, or
Yeah.
if you're like your two best players are BI and Dame,
Yeah.
like you're
Very
Sure.
good.
and then you just have like the Zion wild card out there that like makes you a contender. But otherwise, like you're just a good team in the West. I mean, that's not a bad one. That's not a bad one at all.
But so okay, so you have one in this tankathon. You've got the Pacers, you've got the Blazers. No, you got the Pacers, Pistons, Blazers.
Mhm.
Who's 4?
Raptors.
Because what I'm intrigued by is like who gets up in the top 4 that would be the most open to the potential of a trade?
That's a good question. I would not expect that to be a thing.
It rarely is. I understand that. But if Brandon Miller's in the top, like if Brandon Miller's at the number 2 on the Thunder's big board,
Mm-hmm.
and it's one of these teams where somehow it falls and people go, it goes Wemby, Scoot, Amin Thompson. And then at 4, you
Mhm.
have the Blazers sitting there,
Yeah.
which they should take Brandon Miller and just move on. I understand that. Like most of these teams should.
Yeah.
But is there a team that if they fell to 4, that the Thunder could persuade them to the Rockets?
To take a lot of picks.
Yeah, but even with the Rockets, where it's like maybe it's not a lot of picks, maybe we give them back their future assets that we've got from them. Okay, we'll give you back your pick for next year, because Brandon Miller and Jabari Smith are a little redundant,
Yeah, they're very similar. Very, very similar.
and they're just a completely inept organization.
You could
So
play Brandon Miller at the 3 though,
yeah,
where Jabari really couldn't.
yeah. So but that's what I'm thinking. Like, could they be a team, and they would be so disappointed that they went to 4? I don't know. I'm just trying to think of like, is there a way for the Thunder if they really got so? Now they may not feel that way.
Yeah, they probably would not feel that way.
I just look ahead and say the fact that like the potential of 4 picks in the 2024 draft,
Yeah.
you've got to consolidate those, and I think they will.
That's why I think that there is probably a better chance of a trade up. And I don't know that you can get into the top 4, but maybe you can get to 7.
Yeah, if they do like Jarris Walker.
Yeah, if they like Jarris Walker, or they like Anthony Black or one of the Thompson twins, then you can make that trade up to like 7 to get Asar Thompson if you think that that's the guy. You could do it. And I think they've got the ammo.
Would you still be
happen.
Anthony Black? Like if you were going to trade up into the top 10, that's who you're going after?
Yeah, we're one of the Thompson twins probably.
Yeah.
Is probably what I would want to do. Yeah. I posed this to Michele the other day. Let's say the Mavericks jump up to number 2. And they call Sam Presti and say, hey, we'll give you number 2 for Jalen Williams.
J-Dub?
Yeah. Would you do it?
No.
Man, that's probably stupid.
Bird in the hand.
Like if Scoot is really as elite as they think he is, as most of these guys are predicting.
Yeah. Like Vicini said that Scoot would go number 1 in last year's draft. Like pretty easily.
Okay, where would J-Dub go in last year's draft?
Number 2, according to
number 2.
Vicini's most recent.
Technically
redraft.
number 3.
Okay, the guy who just had the best rookie season we've ever had on our team. And we trade him for a guy who might be good. I mean, he's going to be good. But it's like J-Dub is that type of guy that he could be that James Harden level superstar.
Yeah, he could be.
Could be. Scoot could be too. But we know more about J-Dub right now.
Yeah. The reasons why I would stick with J-Dub is just his versatility and size. Because Scoot's like 6'2", like 6'3".
Shorty.
Yeah, he's small.
Well, he's not small.
But he's beefed up.
Yeah. It's like, that's the most muscly dude at that age I've ever
It's
seen.
He looks like
crazy.
Dort. Like
Yeah,
very similar
yeah.
body size and Dort.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, dude, I don't know, man. I am obsessed with J-Dub.
Yeah.
And I think his potential future is, I mean, it doesn't feel completely stupid for us to feel this way, but you've got real people who think that he has all-star level future.
What about for Giddey?
Yeah, probably.
Mhm. Yeah.
You guys suck.
Oh, come on.
You guys super suck.
I love Giddey, man. It's not, you're asking me to choose between what potentially is what would have been the number 1 pick last. So think about it last year. If the Magic would have said, we'll give you the number 1 pick for Josh Giddey. You saying no?
Maybe.
No, you're not.
It's funny too because Scoot,
You love draft picks.
we trade Giddey for Scoot, and then what we talk about is like Scoot's got to get his shooting up. That's really it's like the exact same
can
issue.
Scoot and Shai play together? I don't know.
Yeah, like the same conversation.
Would you?
No.
Okay. What if it was the number 4 pick and the Mavs jump up to 4 and they call and say, "Hey, we'll give you Giddey for 4."
No.
What about Giddey for 3?
No.
I don't think so.
Giddey for Brandon Miller,
Too
straight
much.
up.
No.
All right. Okay. Just a little thought exercise there.
Great exercise. Thank you.
Okay. Just wanted to get some exercise in for
Where's your
today.
soundboard?
So at that point,
It's
at
down here.
13, who you taking?
At 13, I mean, I'm taking Kobe Buffkin.
Oh, Buff Boys. Hello.
Buffkin boys, rise up.
Rise up.
Yeah, that's who I would take.
All right, real quick,
100%.
because I want to get to this. Let's get it out there. Denver closed out the series last night.
Yep.
Good
Anything-
for them.
Anything surprising?
Just the Suns just completely folded.
Yeah, well,
they gave everything they could to get those 2 wins,
yeah, and
like KD and Booker.
it's exactly what everybody said came true. Guess what happened? Injuries sank. Injuries and depth sank the Suns.
We can't talk about how much DeAndre Ayton sucks and then say that that's one of the reasons why they weren't in the game last night at all.
But they also had Chris Paul the whole time. They lost him, and then
They lost Chris Paul games ago.
But what I'm trying to say is
They didn't win a game with Chris Paul.
But what I'm trying to say is when you have
Campaign had the game of his life last night.
when you have 2 guys who are rotation players in an already thin lineup get injured, all of a sudden, like, who do you have?
Jacques Landale. Everybody's talking about, Jacques Landale is
Which,
my
by the way,
blah, blah, blah.
Jacques Landale is one of the Paul brothers.
Yeah, he has the same. He has Jake
Yeah.
Paul's haircut.
Yeah, he looks similar.
Anyway,
Jake Paul's
I don't
gonna
know
get
what they're gonna
smashed
do.
by.
They
Nate
got some
Diaz,
work to
right?
rebuild their roster this summer.
Jacques Paul
Jock John Jail.
Good job, guys. Denver is going to play the winner of the Warriors-Lakers, going
Yeah.
back to Crypto Arena.
Mhm.
3-2. Lakers are ahead. Do they close it tonight?
No, this goes to 7.
We're going to 7.
Back in Golden State,
Yeah,
the Warriors are going to win at 7, aren't
I
they?
think so. Yeah.
Dude, how many
Alright.
times are the Warriors gonna come back from 3-1 and win in this dynasty? What's more impressive?
one
How
more
many
time.
times they had to do that, or the amount of championships they had?
All right, so go to the Eastern Conference tonight.
Tonight.
Do the Heat up 3-2. Finish off the New York Knicks.
Yes.
All right.
I think so.
I want to say no on that, actually.
Gosh, I hope they do.
I just want a game
Yeah,
7
this
in
is-
Madison Square Garden.
I don't care. I just want this to be over.
In
It's
the final
so stinky.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
in the final game,
Mm.
game 7, back in Boston, 3-3.
3-3. Game
Winner-
7.
Winner takes home. Takes it all home.
Mm.
Winner moves
Well
on to the
said.
Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
Winner goes to
Do
Chile.
the Boston Celtics figure out how to play a complete game?
No.
Or does James Harden go absolutely insane and lead his team to the Eastern Conference Finals?
This feels a lot like Thunder Warriors Game 6, where after the Thunder lost Game 6 to the Warriors in 2016, I bet you like 50% of people even remember there was a Game 7 after that.
Yeah, I don't.
I do, because the Thunder still were ahead for like 3/4 of that game.
I know, but there was the belief that they could do it was really low.
Yeah, it
And
was
my
gone.
belief
the juice
in-
was gone.
My
That's right.
belief in
You're
the
right.
Sixers is pretty low
You're right.
right now.
And then, and on the other hand, if Boston really sucks, that wouldn't surprise me either.
I'd be pretty surprised if Boston lost this series at this point.
What's funny is the big change was not what actually, like, oh, we'll put Robert Williams in the starting lineup. And I was like, oh, cool. Guess what didn't really impact the game ultimately in the end? Because Boston was up in the first half, but Jason Tatum was terrible. Like, they didn't look great. And then the Sixers, I mean, I thought it was over. Sixers took the lead in the third quarter. They were ahead most of the fourth. Like, Jason Tatum just went nuts.
I just don't think I don't know much about oh my god, why can I not remember his name? Celtics head coach.
Joe Mazzulla.
Joe Mazzulla, right?
Joe Mazzulla.
There's not much there to go with. But with Doc, it's like, no, Doc doesn't really win these games. So
No, there was it's like the most mean tweet yesterday. As soon as that game finished, I think it was ESPN that put like nobody has lost more game 7s than Doc Rivers.
Yeah,
Like this
yeah.
huge graphic all over Twitter.
Facts.
yeah, Doc does not win that game.
Facts. No, he does not. Embiid didn't take a shot in like the last 4 minutes of the game. Didn't even attempt a shot.
Yeah,
So you're looking at Boston,
fake MVP.
Boston, Miami,
Boston, Miami.
Golden State, Denver.
Yep. That's
Dang.
what I would guess.
I
God.
kind of think Denver's actually going to get to the championship.
They should. They're so good. That is the
They're
deepest
loaded.
team.
And they just have continuity. Like they
Yeah.
played the
The
whole season with
Warriors
this
will be
team.
a big test for them. A big, big test. I would not be surprised to see a rematch of the finals last year.
I will get so confused 5 years from now thinking back on both of these finals because they're going to feel exactly the same. And
Oh.
like, what happens if the Celtics get to the finals and they lose again to the Warriors at this age?
I don't know. You just
They run it back
Yeah, I was about to
because
say you
they're
run it
still
back.
young and they've gotten to the finals 2 years in a row.
But Jaylen Brown stays? He's
yeah.
already on the edge.
Yeah. No. I mean, he's going to get Supermax now.
he's about
Yeah.
to break. Man.
Yeah.
No, I'm about to break.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hey,
That'll be-
Tayshawn's, I have an important
That'll
question.
be fine. Yeah. Here we go.
John's factoid figure victory. John's factoid figure victory.
Hello, I'm Tayshawn. This is my victory dictory. Guys, top 5 waffles. Go. want to talk about waffles. Waffles have been in my life. A lot.
Waffles.
Yeah,
Hey,
waffles.
dude, if you could have given me a heads up,
Well, you can think about it. Waffles. There's not that many different
like a
ways.
Belgian.
See, okay,
Is
for me,
Belgian-
there's two. There's two at the championship
Eggos?
level. No,
Lego my ego.
chocolate chip waffle from Waffle House versus the hotel Belgian waffle.
Oh,
In the morning.
man.
I
That
go.
one does
I go
work.
Waffle House.
You go Waffle House.
You like the thin?
I'm fine. Yeah. I don't know. I think the hotel waffle's overrated.
Back in the
It's-
day, Waffle House used to have this all you can eat. It's like $10.
What?
Yeah, dude, $10, and you could just order
All the waffles you can eat.
Yes. And they were always like, we'd come in and they were like hopeful that we would order the potato option. Like, buddy, most people are supposed to be eating hash browns, so they can only do like 2 rounds on this. I was like, I'll take 15 waffles.
Dude, those waffles are pretty big too.
That's a big
Dude,
waffle.
I love
They're so
waffles.
good. I know.
Waffles my favorite of the breakfast pastries.
I think I agree. I love a chocolate croissant.
A
Croissant.
chocolate croissant.
Croissant.
Mhm. A pain au chocolat.
I like waffles.
Mm.
Yeah. I do
Yeah.
a blueberry waffle as well.
You do a blueberry
Yeah. I
from
do.
Waffle House.
Just from my house.
You have a good waffle maker.
Yeah. Yeah.
What waffle makes you using?
Yeah. I mean, waffle mix.
Yeah.
Kodiak cakes.
Yep, very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Hearty waffle.
You were messed up in the head.
My wife likes Kodiak taste.
My wife likes it.
And
You don't like them?
No, man. I want like Hungry Jack or whatever what used to be Aunt Jemima, whatever that's Miss Butterworth. I don't know what kind it is, but it's one of those that I don't know which one it is, but it's in a red box. Yeah, I just like just your traditional pancake or waffle mix.
I just don't think it tastes that much different.
Oh yeah, well you're wrong.
The Kodiak cake has like a girth. To
Oh, it does, man. It's thick.
Yeah. It's thick.
They're really good.
They're very good. Yeah. And there's protein. There's like more to it.
Yeah.
It's one of those. Kodiak is another one of those things that convinces you that it's healthy when it's still just like a slightly less healthy version of the other thing. It's like, oh yeah, you eat Kodiak cakes. It's like you're eating strawberries.
Slightly more healthy.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like it's changing out that for a salad.
I disagree
Okay,
completely.
fine. I just know I'm right.
The Hotel Belgian waffle. There's just something
so much better
about
than
it.
Kodiak
there.
cake, man.
There's something about it. Okay, if I had that at my house, I wouldn't like it as much. But it's like the only time you're ever having a waffle like that is at a hotel.
Yeah, and what happens is you get the little plastic cup.
Yeah.
You fill it with the sauce,
Mm-hmm.
with the mix, with the
With that
batter,
waffle sauce.
with that waffle sauce.
Gross.
Rub it in, flip it over,
Mhm.
put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Yeah.
Dang, it's so good.
It's so good. I don't know why it's so
You got to
good.
make sure. Here's my only request for waffles. When you think it's done, just give it another minute.
You like
Really?
it crispy?
I like it just yes, I do. I just don't want it to be soft. I want it to be crispy.
You butter your holes?
Yeah, it's hard. We don't keep a lot of soft butter at my house, which is just a mistake. Like,
Got hard butter?
yeah, it just
Well,
comes
in the
straight out of the fridge.
It's so easy to just leave your butter out. Why don't we leave our butter out? I don't
Supposedly
either,
it's
but
not actually the right thing to do, but our neighbor does it, and so every time he wants butter, he just
Yeah.
yeah, we always did it at my parents' house. It's fine.
yeah.
What's wrong with it?
I sometimes I'll melt it.
Yeah.
What I also do is I'll make the batter and then I'll melt some butter and put butter in the
Yeah,
batter.
yeah, that's really good. That helps it crisp too. Helps it fry it.
So that's me
You do
just taking
peanut butter?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you do butter, peanut butter syrup.
Not always.
You do
Not
both
always.
butter and peanut
No,
butter?
I'll just do peanut butter. I will not do butter and peanut butter.
Yeah, you should not. That's
Uh,
too much butter.
No.
They're
Which I'm
not
not sure is
different
actually
butters.
real, but
Yeah,
yeah, I'm not
it's
sure you
not
can
the
have too
same.
much butter, but
Oh, that's a good point.
anyway. So yeah, I'll do peanut butter sometimes. I do chocolate chips sometimes. I don't do a lot of fruit on my waffles, which is my mistake.
No, it's not your mistake. It's fine, but it's not a mistake. The best Eggo is the French toast, the cinnamon
Like where
ones.
it's 4 of them together.
Yes, that's the best Eggo. You can just eat
I do
that.
like
you
some
don't
Eggos.
even need
You
anything.
don't need
with
anything
that.
else on those. Yeah,
No.
yeah.
I do
It's
like
true.
some Eggos, man.
They're good.
Eggos are good.
They get properly crisp.
You can eat
Yeah.
a lot of them. Those are like a Little Caesars pizza. You could eat the whole thing and not feel like it's in your stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
You
killing
playing
you
drums or you
slowly.
eating waffles?
I'm fake putting waffles into a toaster. over here.
You can't see this on the podcast.
It's so
You probably can't even see it
little,
on
too.
YouTube, but he's just like,
It's so subtle. Yeah, you can't see it at all on YouTube either because it's behind my computer. But I'm just acting out a situation where I'm a giant and the toaster is tiny, and just putting.
and you're making waffles for your normal sized human prisoners.
Okay.
On Saturdays they get eggs.
that was supposed to be private.
Take John's back toy bigger inventory.
Oh, I didn't even realize I was doing it, to be honest. It's just happening. Okay, let's take a quick break, and after that, we're going to do some Twitter questions.
It's already 7:35.
No, it's 7:33.
Oh, okay.
And we're back after that quick break.
Let's quick fire some TQs, Andrew.
Go.
Twitter questions.
Long song.
You got questions and you ask them on Twitter. Now we answer them for you. This is Twitter questions. Now let's get down to it.
Wow. We need do we need to update and get a shorter Twitter question song?
Just 2x it.
Twitter question.
Just go
That's
faster.
how
Yeah,
everybody
do
listens
it.
to it anyway, or 1.5.
Wow, it would sound unbelievable if they're listening at 2x and then it was 2x on the normal
It would be
speed.
4x.
No, that's
4x.
That's too much. Okay, this is from at Top Jammer 77. What is your dream scenario for the lottery and draft if Wimby is off the table? Dream scenario.
2?
Number 2. Second best thing.
Yeah.
Just add Scoot on top of
Sure.
just put him on the team. At Thunder Wicker, if the Thunder jump to 4, who is the guy that we draft?
Yeah, I mean, whoever's there, the
Scoot.
Brandon or Amen Thompson.
Yeah, probably Amin Thompson will be there. That's probably what I would do as well.
Or you just do what you can to move from 4 to 3 if you're really in on Brandon.
Or just, if take your guy, Buffkin.
Buffkin at
You
4.
have your
Let's
guy.
go.
Listen, we know who we like.
Anthony Black.
Anthony
That
Black.
was a really sweet little smile. Yeah.
That
think I
wasn't
would.
it.
I trade back to 5 even.
Yeah.
With somebody.
Yeah.
Like
Somebody
really
really
wants-
is on.
Mhm. At Milaf Landama, why would Coach D sign up for golf if he couldn't golf?
He can golf.
What is
Leave him
something?
alone.
What is something you signed up for in the past which you couldn't do?
Yeah, golf. Same.
Yeah, same.
Every time I golf, I'm like, why am I here? Last
Dude.
time I've been on a golf course, I told my buddies, like, I'll just ride around in the cart.
Mm-hmm.
I was like their child that you just bring along, like for the ride. I was just hanging out.
Dude, every time I go to Top Golf, which is easy golf because you don't have to be good, I'm so confident. And every time I leave, I'm like, man, I really got to hit the driving range.
No,
I want to hit the back net so bad.
I can hit the back net occasionally. The issue for me is I leave. This is where I am in my life. Is I leave and I'm just like, I just did Top Golf for an hour and my body, I need 4 ibuprofen.
Yeah. And you spent $200 somehow.
I don't go to Top Golf during their peak hours, my man. Like I am like I'll go in the afternoon
2
or I'll
p.m.
go.
Golf.
Yeah.
Top golf.
Tough golf.
Love
That food is too good too. Like I want to get 3 things.
I can't do it, man. I'm so cheap when it comes to stuff like that.
Dude, it's
So
so
it's I'll
good.
go and
Their
drink
food
a water.
is so
you know,
good.
it's like
I think they have the best food of the amusement entertainment businesses.
top 5 list.
Yeah, top 5 entertainment business food. Flicks.
Dave and Buster's.
Never been to Flicks.
Flicks is good.
Flicks is good.
You would love Flicks.
Yeah.
You actually come across as a Flicks man. I think when you go, your energy and Flicks energy will melt
I agree.
and your soul will be complete.
That's
I
awesome.
agree.
Well, there's some great movies that are coming up. I want to see Oppenheimer.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it, actually. So
Yeah,
one-
great.
one-
A lot of them.
Great. So many.
It's just a real chipper, movie.
Yeah.
about the eventual end of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's like I haven't seen Air. I want to see Air. I haven't seen John Wick 4. I want to see John Wick 4. I haven't seen Mario Brothers. I want to see Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Let's see Mario Brothers.
Maybe let's do a triple threat at Flicks.
Flicks.
I signed up for badminton my freshman year of college with a friend, and we got just rocked.
Ooh, Chicken and Pickle. That's a place that's an entertainment food place.
I never eaten there. I heard the food's good.
That's okay.
It's all right. Not top 5.
Who beat you in badminton?
A lot of international students.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's what I assumed in my head.
It's like signing up for a cricket.
Somebody didn't show up, and we advanced a round because people didn't show up. We're like, great, we might actually get like a T-shirt out of this because you get a T-shirt if you win intramurals. And the very first shot that was served from the other team went super high, and I swung really hard, and I missed, and it hit me in the chest. And then I just looked at my friend Jake, and I was like, this is not going to be good. And it was bad.
We won the football league in intramurals when I was my second time through my undergrad, and the MVP. My buddy was the MVP. We did get shirts, I think, but the MVP of our team was my buddy Brian. And you know what they gave him for winning MVP? Electric razor.
Wow, that's a good prize.
But it's the most random possible thing. It's like what happened is they more than likely got this for free from somebody, and they're like, "Here, this is your MVP."
What happened is they forgot to get an MVP trophy, and someone just had one in an office. Yeah, it was used.
Yeah.
Just putting waffles in a little toaster.
Just.
Do you think Manscaped wants to sponsor one of our events, and we can give out some shavers?
I have so many of them.
Really?
That I could host my own event.
I need some of that.
You use all of them? You got some in a box?
Got some in a box.
You use that lotion? That bowel lotion?
At 405 fan, let's say we trade up for Jarris Walker.
Sometimes it wafts up as the day goes on, and I forget I put it on.
Waffle?
Because you get warmer.
It waffles up.
It just waffles on up.
Heat rises.
Just what a mic drop, dude.
Wow. Sports Fan 405 wants to know. Let's say we trade up for Jarris Walker or Taylor Hendricks. My ideal realistic draft scenario. How long before they are starting? I don't know, because it's basically like, how soon are they better than Lou Dort?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is if you're going to add somebody to the starting lineup, who you moving out? And I think Lou is the most natural person to go. But then if he moves to the bench, he becomes he's just a different player when he's a bench player.
Yeah.
So maybe you just use either Jarris or not Hawkins. Who did you just say?
Jarris Walker.
Jarris Walker
or Taylor Hendricks.
Taylor Hendricks. I always get him in
Jimi Hendrix.
Mixed up. So if he plays guitar like that, then I don't know. I probably wouldn't be playing basketball. But yeah, I think that you probably could use one of them more as a bench player.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. I would agree with that. I don't know.
I get him and Jordan Hawkins. I don't know why. Taylor Hendricks, Jordan Hawkins, their names are at least confusing to me.
At Ponder 6041 2047 wants to know your hottest draft take for the Thunder.
Oh God, dude, I'm so behind on draft conversation. What's yours? You're the one that actually is in this.
I'm not that big a fan of Jarris Walker, and I would take Kobe Buffkin. Like if Jarris Walker and Kobe Buffkin were both at 12, I'd take Kobe Buffkin.
Wow,
it's a pretty hot take.
My hot take is that the Thunder don't really need this draft or any more drafts.
Yeah, I think that's just a take. I said on Wednesday we could just give this draft pick to charity.
You do.
So I think that actually might be my hottest draft take. Jared KW13, are there any prospects in this draft class outside the top 2 that would start this season? If so, who? Outside the top 2.
I mean, I think you would have, if Brandon Miller materializes the way that he is projected to, it'd be hard to keep a shooting wing.
Yeah, I think you could start Brandon Miller.
Yeah, I think you would just have to. I mean, you'd move Dort. You'd have J-Dub, Shai, Giddey, Brandon Miller, and Chad.
Sounds pretty good.
Sounds pretty great.
Amin Thompson?
I don't know enough about him. I think he's going to take some time to develop at this level. His athleticism is going to be hard to deny, but I could see him coming in a very strong 6-man role or like,
Yeah.
And that's the thing is at that point as a rookie, you're not going to be super upset as, hey, I don't start and maybe I don't finish every game, but I do play 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the benefit of adding more and more young talent is number one, is you control their contracts. They're financially more viable for a team that's going to get expensive quick. And so what you do instead is you just make it to where then you can all of a sudden, if you have enough quality guys after your top 5, then you can just limit the amount of minutes that Shai gets and that Giddey gets and all of these guys, Chet,
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you look for is, man, you don't have to play guys 44 minutes a game, but you can reduce them down to in their mid 30s or low 30s.
Yep.
Or you can play them on nights where, the game is in control. Like there is just way more roster management if you have more depth.
Yeah.
And so
Totally.
that's not like some earth shattering opinion, but it's very real in the sense of, just because they're not going to start doesn't mean they don't get substantial minutes and a substantial role on the team.
Yeah. At DPuzzle 13, I just saw that cat
Nope.
rumors that suggest that he could be moved. How do we feel about Cat? Is he worth adding or just keep with the plan?
Andrew.
Yeah, he stinks. At Massid T, who is at risk of being traded or released on this current roster?
Man, if you were going to do like a tiered ranking, I hate this, but I do think that J-Rob is up there.
Yeah, he is.
I think that Trey Mann is up there.
Yes.
And I think Poku's up there.
Yeah. I would agree with all of those.
And everybody else has proven that they can be consistently contributing on a good team.
Yeah. Lindy, maybe too.
Yeah, Lindy. I do forget about Lindy, no offense. But yeah, he's probably actually number 1 because he's got the least commitment from this team to him.
Yeah.
But he has a skill that's useful is the difference, like he's shown that he can be more consistent than Trey.
Mm-hmm.
He's at a position of need more than J-Rob.
Yeah.
And he clearly can be more consistent than Poku, the unicorn.
We'll see about that.
Dude, this is it. Fake hype guy.
We'll see about that. Add Medicine Clam, who generates the most All-Star game buzz next season, J-Dub or Giddey?
Oh, man.
They'd have to be really good. They'd have to be really good as a team.
Yeah, to get 2 All-Stars, you have to be, they'd have to be in the top 3 of the Western Conference at the break.
Yeah, at least top 5 for both to be.
Is it dumb to say Chet?
It's not. It's not dumb. Blake Griffin made the All-Star team.
It wasn't an option, but
Blake Griffin made the All-Star team after missing his rookie season and coming back.
I just think about like who's going to have the statistics. And somebody asked this question. I don't know who it is, but talks about national games. The Thunder are going to be far more seen next year.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know. I think J-Dub has probably the game that you're. I don't even know. I'm saying this and I'm already backing up because I'm like, Giddey probably. They're almost both of them are the awe-inspiring plays guys. Like J-Dub has such a ferocity at the rim, but Giddey does the stupidest passes that are just nobody else in the league is doing.
Mm-hmm.
So both of them will generate buzz as far as, man, like the continued excitement about this young core. But All-Star, man, I think J-Dub will have the more flashy numbers.
Yeah. I think that's true. I think he'll probably score more next year than Giddey. Giddey had more points per game this year, but if you look at like
the last 20,
you look at the splits. I'm trying to look at what his splits were post All-Star break. They're pretty close. Giddey was 17, 8, and 7 post All-Star break.
Yeah, his development this year, and I'm guilty of this myself, is he was
34%
so
from 3.
Underappreciated in his development this year. And like I said, I'm guilty of it as well. As he was fantastic for a second year guy that's not even 21 yet. Maybe he's 21 now, but he wasn't in the season.
He's not 21 yet. He's he's so easily dismissed by so many people.
Yep.
Because he's super good. Yeah, he turns 21 October 10th.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, Jay, I have a question for you, and it's: are you miffed and are you peeved?
Miffed and peeved.
So I'm miffed and peeved at myself. So I'm not a home project guy. Like I'll do them occasionally, and thank God for YouTube.
Yep.
But we have this table, like kind of a wood picnic table-ish kind of thing that has a metal base in our backyard. And we're trying to set up our backyard for the most effective utilization of our space.
Yeah.
So my wife
likes it.
She wanted us to shorten the table. It was an 8-foot table. She wanted to make it 6 feet. And then to refinish the top of it because it was old, beat up. It's been outside a lot, all those different things. So I was like, I can do that.
Yeah.
I invited my friend over just because he's far more efficient at it to just cut off a foot on each side of it. But then I was like, I can refinish it, sand it down.
Oh, yeah.
So I go out there and I'm like, I have my sunglasses on. I put a mask on just because I'm like, I don't want to inhale all of this. And so I'm sanding all of it. And I ended up, apparently my glasses weren't good enough because afterward, for 3 days this week, I felt like I had so much sawdust. It wasn't really sawdust. It was like sand dust in my eyes that I was like genuinely concerned that I was going to lose my vision. So I went to my optometrist on Wednesday, Thursday.
You went to the doctor.
I did because it was different. Like one day, I got it all out of my eye and I'm fine. But I was like 3 days in and I was still being bothered by it.
That's not good.
And so I called him first and I was like, hey, I just don't know. Like, am I going to be okay? Am I going to lose my vision? Do I need to come in? Like, what do I need to do? And the lady at the front desk was like, sometimes that stuff gets stuck under your eyelids. And so it takes some, maybe a little stronger eye wash to get it out.
Yeah.
So once you come on in, we'll just look at it, make sure everything's okay. And then, get you, which they're like, yeah, we'll take your money.
Yeah.
No, you don't need to come in, but we'll take your
yeah.
insurance and your money.
Yeah.
So anyway, but my optometrist is a guy. He's kind of a buddy of mine. He's a great dude. And, so he looked at me, he flipped my eyes are the most, I have such sensitive eyes. Like I hate eye stuff. I don't do contacts. I've never had glasses. I can't see, but I just refuse to wear it. I have perfect vision. I did until the sawdust. And so, but he did the whole eye exam. And then for the first time in my life, he flipped my eyelids.
Yeah.
That's not my favorite moment.
Did you clean them out?
No, but he just noticed. He was like, no, he's like, I didn't see anything like material in there, but your eyelids are really irritated. Which he said it could be the sawdust plus your allergies, which is all of a sudden at 40 years old, the primary thing that gets impacted by my allergies today is the fact that my eyes are so irritated for like an entire month and a half.
That happens when I mow. Like my eyes get like red, like beet red.
So I was so mad at myself where it's like, and I don't know what to do next time. I was like, cover my whole face, like wear like a beekeeper's mask or something, or
goggles.
I need like my swim goggles. I don't have swim goggles, but I could use goggles or safety goggles.
Yeah, safety goggles.
I know. I got a pair. They just don't fit my face very well.
Probably help you though.
They would. I was so mad at myself.
Should do it.
Covered in sawdust.
Did you finish the table though?
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Okay. That's good.
Worth it.
Yeah. Totally worth it.
Yeah, no sight, but that table works.
Completely blind.
But I got some steroid eye drops, which is a whole nother experience where it gunks up my eye and I can't see for 5 minutes while it's working, but I feel wonderful.
Oh, that's good. That sounds weird. Okay. Thanks so much
what
for
about
listening.
you, man? You miffed or peeved?
I mean, yes, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's not worth talking about.
Yeah, we're not
how's your mouth?
It's good.
Back to normal?
Yeah. Back in business.
Praise.
Yeah. Feeling good.
Yeah.
GMB for that.
GMB.
Gosh, what a disaster that was. Thanks so much for listening to our show. Hope you guys have an awesome weekend. We'll be back Monday with another episode, of course. And the draft lottery's Tuesday. If something crazy happens, we're going to Chili's.
Meet you at Chili's.
And then we'll have definitely a 5-hour long show that night, just talking about how excited we are. So don't expect it. Don't expect it at all. It's not happening.
But also have your stuff ready for a Chili's run.
But be ready to meet us at Chili's. But also don't expect to meet us at Chili's. All right. Hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll talk to you guys again on Monday.